Hi, I am Manchunatham, lecturer in economics, Richard Almeida Memorial College, Naunda Kundapura. I made a study on self-help groups, a mechanism for social entrepreneurship, along with my HOD, Dr. Gopal Krishna M. Gaonkar, Associate Professor, Head of the Department of Economics, Government Prestige College, Tenkareduru, Udupi. Let us straightly move on to the presentation. Self-help groups, a mechanism for social entrepreneurship. It may be rural or urban economy. The social entrepreneurship is need of the day in the present world. Social entrepreneurship may be profit or non-profit oriented, but the goal is to involve the members of the society in the efforts of all-round progress of a country. Self-help groups is one such mechanism which tries to promote the social entrepreneurship in different dimension. The origin of self-help groups from the brainchild of Gramina Bank of Bangladesh, which was founded by Muhammad Yunus. Self-help groups were started and formed in 1975. In India, NABARD had initiated during 1986-87. Self-help groups were working in a democratic manner. Entrepreneurship is an innovative, highly motivated, and critical thinking process. When these attributes are combined with the drive to solve social problems, a social entrepreneurship is born. Social entrepreneurs combine commerce as well as social issues in a way that improves the lives of people connected to the cause. They don't measure their success in terms of profit alone. Success to social entrepreneurs means that they have improved the world. Thus, social entrepreneurs are very much needs to prosper the society. Objectives of our studies. To know the factors need to encourage social entrepreneurship, to study the problems faced by upcoming social entrepreneurs, to understand how self-help groups can be supporting instrument to social entrepreneurs. Now we will discuss about hurdles in the way of a social entrepreneurship. Even today, major part of Indian population is concentrated in rural area, and they are still believe and follow a number of customs and tradition. In such condition, to initiate social entrepreneurship, one has faced a number of hurdles and challenges. It is better to discuss all those hurdles in the beginning. First one, lack of education and work background. As education is the main source of promoting entrepreneurship in the business sector of the economy, there is still a lack of adequate education on entrepreneurship development in Indian education system, and they don't have such entrepreneurship work background also. Even business schools that have developed curriculum on entrepreneurship are lacking in terms of social entrepreneurship. Second one, self identity and social status. In Indian society, illiterate being a woman and social stratification caused a big hurdle in development of entrepreneurship. Majority are still struggle for the social identity and social status. Third one, family occupation and family tie-ups. Majority wants to continue their family occupation rather than new venture and efforts. They feel that such steps may end with failures, thus low ability to bear risk. They are not able to go for other works. They are only tie up with the family works. Fourth one, lack of financial assistance. Lack of financial source is major challenge for Indian entrepreneurs. Generally, these social entrepreneurs run their business with their own fund or by raising fund from the local money lender at a high rate of interest, which sometimes becomes a financial burden on them. Fifth one, social and cultural effect. In India, the social and cultural perceptions of social entrepreneurship sometimes become a challenge for social entrepreneurs in running their business activities. The sixth one, comparative disadvantages to business. Social entrepreneurs mainly deal with the difficult task of improving the welfare of the society, and they are always keen to find affordable solution to various social problems. But every activity of social business carries a cost which is mostly borne by the owner out of his own pocket by taking loans from moneylenders and some others. And then last one, lack of government support. Lack of government support is a major hindrance for social business development in India. Currently, the government is not show much interest in providing assistance for promoting these social cause ventures. Here, we need to find solution for such problems in SHGs. Yes, self-help groups paving the way for social entrepreneurship. Self-help groups are highly supported to develop social entrepreneurship and come over the hurdles in their way. Here we present a few functions and activities of self-help groups which helps self-help groups members to enter into the social enterprise. Yeah. First one, literacy or education and skill. Education and skill go hand in hand. Self-help groups through training and other activities create awareness among the members which add to members skills and education in concerned area. Second one, awareness about voicing your concern. Voice of the neglected section of the society always undermined if they don't have enough knowledge and know their rights, particularly women's, OBCs, and SC/STs are more suppressed section in the society. Self-help group provide a platform to understand their rights and duties. Third one, decision-making ability. In a family and society, different types of decision relating to different aspect has to be taken, and every time all members may not be given equal chances to express their opinion, but the members of self-help groups are guided and trained to express their decisions, express their opinion during right time. Fourth one, positive changes in attitude. Attitudes always differ in development of a person, community, and even the country also. Thus, whatever may be the activities, it should have positive impact on the attitude of the people. The interesting thing is, after becoming a member of self-help groups, majority members are developed their positive attitudes in their life. Fifth one, self-confidence level. Of course, one of the main work of self-help groups is building self-confidence among the members, thereby encouraging them in their work and in their life also. Yeah. Sixth one, mobility and interaction with outsiders. It is a difficult task, particularly women community in rural area, to move from one place to another place for the purpose of job or enterprise. It may be because of traditions, customs, etc. But the members of self-help group could move to outside this village also if the work is needed for them. Thus, when mobility chances are more than their improvement in socio-economic status also possible in different dimensions. Seventh one, improvement in courage. Improvement in the courage to face the problems is also sure among the members of self-help group. Training, orientation, and other activities in the self-help groups bring courage among the members to face the problems. Developing the business knowledge is another area of self-help groups. The members of self-help groups are exposed to different types of micro enterprise which they can had interest. The last one, participation in community development initiatives. Along with personality development, and different types of assistance. The self-help group most importantly extends some financial support to its members to start any type of business venture. Yeah. Now I am going to conclude on that topic. Self-help groups are by their activities and supports to their members help to overcome the hurdles in the way of social entrepreneurs, particularly in rural India, generally everywhere. Thus, definitely self-help group can be one of the mechanism to promote social entrepreneurs. Thank you.